How's it going, everyone? How's it going? I'm Deonte Burden, and welcome to Changes Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We got an awesome show planned tonight. Tonight, I want to ask a question, and the question is one that's kind of been on my mind for a while because I know everybody have different of opinions about this particular subject. That is, should parents be more affectionate to their children? I am the father of four sons, and I I've never kind of looked at the way I raised my kids the way quote unquote everybody should. I gave them, basic rules and principles, to be good people, don't break laws, make sure grow up, take care of your family, take care of yourself, take care of your parents, those kind of things. Be honest, basic, morals and values that you probably want to instill in a child. But I never was so stuck on the way I handle my kids. I've always been very, very close to my children. Been always been an affectionate person with all my sons. I always tell my sons every day I love them. Even I got a 27-year-old, a 19-year-old, 16-year-old, and one will be 11 tomorrow. And all four of my sons are very close with me. But again, I never felt that every parent should uh, handle their kids the way I handle mine. And I want to have an open discussion now because of the different things I've been seeing in the past couple weeks that had me just thinking about it. And I just want to have an interactive show tonight where sharing exactly what goes on with minds, and also I want everybody to kind of give their input in regards to how they personally feel about certain things in regard to their children. Again, this is Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Changing Lives, we talk about motivation on personal development, professional development, parenting. Um, Now I ain't gotten the dating yet. We got just with just lifestyle stuff that the people encounter on a daily basis with doing it. We got over 300 videos on the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, share the channel. Got a lot of great information on to help you guys out, which is handling day-to-day life. Okay, as you can see, I'm not back in the Misfits Radio studio yet. One of my dope producers, Slick 316, she's still a little under the weather, so we're wishing Slick the best. But hopefully we get back in the lab. But as right now, we're at home base right now, so yeah, so far so good. Just rehashing the previous week, I started everything off. We are still in the pandemic, quote unquote. You got the Delta variant surging, and I want everybody to be careful. Always practice the stuff you learned in pre-K. Wash your hands, cover your mouth when you cough and sneeze, keep a certain distance between everybody, and try your best to be safe. And also, if you are feeling under weather, you do feel like you may be a little ill, something like that, be mindful of other people and don't put anyone at risk, okay? Um, the next thing I do want to let people know, I am a member of 100 Black Men South Metro. I'm a board member. We're having our annual golf tournament this Monday, which is September 13th. Oh my God, I ain't got all the details off the top of my head. I apologize, everyone. But we're at the golf tournament. I'll be posting that on my social media in regards to the times of the golf tournament. My God, I'm having a brain cramp. I'm sorry about that. Oh man, oh God, brother's gonna kill me. But I will make sure I do another post in regards to the, bring everybody up to date about the golf tournament. With it, I make sure I put it on all my social media platforms. That will be this Monday. Um, God, I want to say Flat Creek in Peachtree City. We're gonna have it at 8 a.m. I think it's gonna start tea time at 8 a.m. I'm not a golfer. I'm trying to just my best to say the terms and everything. But that's gonna be exciting moments when our main fundraiser, again 100 Black Men South Metro chapter, having our annual golf tournament. Gonna have a real good time. Real good time. I'm looking forward to fellowship with the brothers, seeing everybody play golf, and give me some free margaritas and stuff while I'm out there on the course. Um, I also want to remind everybody to join my email list, subscribe to the channel, and join the email list so I keep you guys updated on some of the different courses and information we got coming out of pipe. We do have some personal development, professional development courses coming out of pipe, and also on my other YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. I got a lot of courses coming out on Mr. Short Dollar, so join the email list so we can actually keep you guys abreast of all that great information that we got currently going on, and also the stuff we got coming out of pipe. Um, Most important, I do want to make this announcement, like I just kind of alluded to it earlier. My youngest son, William Clarence Burden, Will B, as we call him, he will be 11 years old tomorrow. So I want to give my baby boy, Will B, early happy birthday. Just want to tell you, Daddy love you. We're super proud of you. William, my second son, PJ, probably acts kind of most similar to me, but my baby boy is probably me reincarnated. He's such an asshole. He has this way of doing certain things, and I don't mean to curse. We'll talk about my child, but he reminds me of me, just how shrewd he is and everything, how sharp he is on his feet, smart and everything. William's Poochie all over again, and I love that little fella, and like I say, he's my baby. He'll be 11 tomorrow, and he's just boy, that's me, and I feel fully capable. I've told the other three boys, I think y'all gonna be working for your younger brother because he's extremely sharp. I think he has a lot of intangibles to make him super successful in life. But my baby boy, he's something else. But I just wanted to give him my early shout out. Happy birthday, Will B. He's at football practice right now. And you guys know I normally coach, but we had a show on Thursday, so I'm not at practice today. But I just want to give an early shout out to my baby boy, Will B. Happy early birthday, baby. Love you. Now, again, this is Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We are, again, talking tonight in regards to should parents be more affectionate to their kids? And, what kind of really even started this discussion, me thinking about this. I was on Facebook the other day, and I seen a meme. It was a meme where it was supposed to brother laying down, had his baby laying on his chest, and he had this, I think the post was more so like, should more fathers do this, and and then you had this rainbow of comments of how people look at certain things, and I think what people really don't understand is that the way you view the world is the way you view the world. I've always looked at it from a perspective, especially with my children personally, was that the end game was my kids to be successful in life. I always felt that way. I want my kids to be successful in life. So it didn't bother me if such and such was talking to my kids to help them be a better person. The problem I have with all that stuff, if such and such an incredible person, just give them some damn ignorant ass advice, shooting off their hip, telling them certain things, or that person, that's basically it. That's basically it. I've had situations. Oh, before I go any further, God, I won't have a brain cramp. I want to give a special, very, very special shout out to my ex-in-laws. They lost the matriarch of that family, Miss Maddie Rice. That was my ex-wife's grandmother. I love that lady. I had a over 20-some year relationship with her. She passed on this past Monday. And I just want to give a big shout out to the Boyer family. It's my ex-wife's family, maiden name, and not maiden name, but it's parents' name anyway. But that's her grandmother passed, and just want to give a big shout out. Miss Rice was a very, very, very influential in person in my life, and she would always call me and check on me and speak to me and everything. And that's a massive loss and a very, very impactful person. So I want to give a big shout out to the Boyer family and everybody, Crystal and all my other ex-in-laws and stuff. We all still family if you still consider me family. But I just want to just give my deepest condolences to everybody, even with my children losing their great grandmother. Just want to make sure, I do that before I get too deep and far ahead with everything. Just to, extend my condolences with that. Apologize, it slipped my mind earlier. But back to what we're talking about in the show. People have this rainbow of ideas in regards to how they feel, parenting should work, how they should raise their kids and stuff. And what I'm looking at and reading the comments that people were sharing in regards to the brother, and I think he was just a baby sleeping on that. And I mean, was the when you look at the picture, I guess, probably being what we call OG dad, because my oldest son here almost 30 years old, and I got one in elementary school. I think the biggest difference is as our kids get older, we get more mature as a parent. Let's get smarter. Things we did in our 20s, we might have just whooped their ass. We would try to have a conversation. I think because you've seen certain behavior, certain things before. Your first child, I always say, is kind of like your mess up child because you don't know. You're trying to figure it out. You get your second, third, definitely your fourth. You might not be so quick to jump and do certain things because you know more things, you've experienced more. And I think that's how anything in life goes. Basic interactions where you do things at your job and stuff, the more experience you got, the more knowledgeable, and different ways to handle situations instead of just, moving first and thinking later, as opposed to once you get experience, you can think about it, then move with doing that. And the comments were just all over the place. And hell, the man could have just been, just sleeping. He might not have been trying to show no damn affection. He might have just been tired, sat down with a baby in his hand and just went to sleep. And, or he might have been trying to have some bonding time. I don't know. But it's just amazing to me how so many people were just looking at it and just saying, like, that's weak, that's gay, that's ignorant, and more dads need to do that and everything. I wish more parents would do that. I wish I had that. It was all kind of shit. And I just want to have an open discussion in regards to that. So just to get everybody's opinion and everybody's feeling. Right now we're streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and also LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Those are the platforms we're on right now. We're not on TikTok. I haven't got, guys, I need you to make sure you go to the Changing Lives TikTok page. I have to get at least 1,000 followers on Changing Lives for me to be able to stream live from that page. So really, excuse me, need your help with that. We're almost at 10,000 followers on TikTok, creeping up on 20,000 on YouTube for Mr. Short Dollar. We need to do a lot of catching up on Changing Lives. We got a lot of great information here. So please, whatever you do, make sure you share the channel, subscribe to the channel, sharing the information about telling everybody, your family, your friends, your lovers, your enemies, everybody, subscribe to Change Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Now, when we start talking about this kind of stuff, and we just want to have some conversation in regards to showing affection and everything, what I want to know, and I want us to kind of just think about it in regards to, because again, your answer is just your answer. That doesn't mean it's right. That doesn't mean it's wrong. Just how you feel. Do you feel like you even have an impact at all? You know what I'm saying? In regards to you being affectionate and loving with your child. Would that be an impact? Do you think it has a positive impact or a negative impact? And I want everyone to feel free to chime in if you have any comments or anything with the discussion. I got the different cameras going on. I'm streaming live right now on StreamYard, and so I don't know for sure. I'm trying to see if I can catch the Facebook comments with anything coming in, but as of right now, I don't see anything. But I do want to make sure that just had a discussion in regards to if people feel that whatever impact, positive or negative, in regards to showing affection, what do they feel? And I just want to have that because I don't think it's a matter of just how I feel about a certain situation. I think, or how you feel. It's just really what floats your boat, what works in your crib. And the beauty of life is that the things that is important you at 22, 32, 42, 52, or 62, hell, 72, changes that we evolve and we live our life, we get certain experience, we learn different things, especially in regards to parenting and children in there, because I know a lot of folks look at things are today, and I think that's just with every generation. Well, the kids today don't have any respect. We used to do this and we used to do that, and I mean, I think every generation had their shortcomings. I think one major difference is that now we have accessibility to see so much stuff now that you didn't have before. I think when people grew up, generation past, let's say 30s through the maybe mid 70s or early 70s. I mean, you were just kind of restricted to what you saw. You might sit around and gather around the TV at dinner time and look at certain things or certain shows and stuff like that. But it definitely wasn't this, super pipeline of all kind of information that everybody living on their phone and even kids and everybody got immediate access to. And the drawback is people aren't processing, to me, that's you just seen what you've seen, or you just seen what you experienced, as opposed to the whole world out here doing different things in different neighborhoods, and people just I don't think they think about that. I remember, just not to get off the subject, when I played high school football, and our coaches never let us get it. It's not talking about the coaches, and it was just that era. It wasn't just my coaches, there were other high schools too. You didn't get water. You didn't get a lot of water. You got a little bit of water. And, I always remember just being at practice every day that that near the end of practice, that foamy, I couldn't spit, and I only had foam in my mouth. Keep in mind, we talking about Georgia heat, high humidity, all black practice uniforms. Uh, and I always just remember in the practice had that foam in my mouth. I couldn't spit anymore. And I look back at it now, sometimes, when you get dizzy, you get a probably had concussions, get one. Coach say go sit your ass in the shade. You get dry, get dizzy or whatever. Go sit your ass in the shade. Well, there's no kind of medical staff, no kind of anybody even giving a concern, and that was just the error, So it wasn't like a person was, really tripping too tough. I don't think nobody wanted anybody to die, but at the end of the day, that's just how the error was. And I go back to say, I could talk to some of my high school teammates today, and they'll say, like, man, these kids today are weak, man. They always, how we got they get babied, and how we were so hard. And my thing was, because you hear like kids dying of heat stroke and all the other kind of things right now, playing athletics in the summer, and it was like, well, we never seen that. And my whole thing was, I guarantee it happened. I guarantee it happened. It probably happened more for the simple fact you don't have the access to the information that you do now. The biggest thing, we didn't have the internet. There's no way in the hell you can tell me in the 80s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, kids went down off heat stroke. And I guarantee it's more than what was happening now, because like coaches are mandated, trained, they're informed about all kinds of things for heat casualties. And it's just that, they're more informed now. They weren't back then. And we also didn't see the effects that it had on people that weren't also. We didn't hear about the kid that died, probably, hell, in Georgia, probably South Georgia, North Georgia, maybe even on the other side of town if it didn't hit the internet or hit the news. Definitely not out of state or nationwide to understand, like, if kids had, concussions or anything like that. But it was that accessibility. So to go back to what we're talking about tonight, you hear a lot where people say that, kids today, they don't respect this, they don't respect that. But at the end of the day, you just really, your tunnel vision is really set on your damn street. You just remember what happened in your particular neighborhood. You couldn't cut on the internet and cut on the TV and see what all these kids and here doing. You didn't see what, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B popping this up, open this, and all this other kind of stuff. And the young kids holding all the pistols and guns and stuff. Were they doing it then? I doubt they were doing all of that. But I do think people doing stupid stuff and disrespectful stuff. Maybe not to the extent, maybe not to the numbers, but I really don't know. But what I do know, you just didn't have those portals of information available to you then that you do now. And that's why I really want to have that discussion, because there are different views in regards to how people deal with their kids, and in regards to showing love, showing respect, showing admiration. And I know how I was raised by my grandfather. So I'm gonna go get into that. But I know that damn era he was from. It wasn't nothing. If you want some touchy feely stuff, no, it wasn't nothing like that going on. But I just want people to kind of, just like I say, have this open discussion in regards, because I hear so much in regards to people's, how they feel about giving attention or love to their children, and or affection rather. So I just want to have that discussion tonight. So we look at the word affection. Affection is defined as a general feeling of fondness or likeness. General feeling of fondness or likeness. Take that how you want to take that. And what I was just looking at in regards to the way parents interact with their kids, it can be all a rainbow of ways. So I'm gonna go back to giving the story in regards to how I was raised in regards to affection. Again, this is Change Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We're streaming live right now on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, LinkedIn, and I'm forgetting something. I know we're on 2 or 3 different Facebook platforms right now. I don't know why. And YouTube. I'm sorry. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure you go. The YouTube channel is the main hub for all the information. Got over 300 videos on the YouTube channel. So make sure you go to Change Your Lives, hosted by yours truly. You see the blue man, or you see my handsome face pop up. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share information about the channel too, and let everybody know, about all the great information that we have on Changing Lives. In regards to talking about, again, the night show, we're talking about should parents be more affectionate to their children. when I go back to how I was raised, put in perspective that and everybody knows me know this. My mother was a teenage mother, so in regards to just parenting from perspective of got a great mother, don't get me wrong, but just from parenting perspective, yeah, she's still trying to figure it out. She's 15, 16 years old, little boy. Then you talk about 20 years old, you got like a little taller. She don't know what the hell, just being realistic about it. She's still trying to figure it out, whatever. So mainly was raised like most kids that are products of teenage parents. You raised by your grandparents, right? And my grandfather, I mean, awesome man. Anybody know? Big shout out my granddaddy, W.C. Burden. I mean, I learned everything I know from my grandfather. Awesome man, awesome man. But he was hell. He was old school, old school. I remember one time I said, "Granddaddy, do you love me?" He said, "Nigga, I cook for you. Nigga, I raised you." I mean, this is shit I got. Kind of like on fences. He's like, "Nigga, I cook for you." He just sitting there with his hands in his overalls and his damn on the sofa, just. But that's what I got. It was just straight black and white. Straight no chaser. Didn't with no kind of uh, thought of feelings. Okay, if shit hurt me or not. No kind of stuff, anything like that, man. But that was the era he was from. He loved you, and he meant what he said. I wouldn't be doing the shit I'm doing for you if I didn't love you. But it just showed, hey, balloons and cakes, and hey, you see your dad's, doing this at the party. Hell no. My grandfather didn't. Well, both my father's father, my grandfather Anthony Rowland, big shout out to granddad. He's still alive. Uh, he came to all my events, but he wasn't there. He granddaddy cool. He's different. He's still from the era. He's a little bit more warm and fuzzy, but I didn't live with him. But I see him all the time. But he came to all my functions. But my grandfather, WC, that raised me, he nah, I can't even think of one program, whatever that he went to. Now he came to my high school football games with that, but I still never got hugs, good job, boy. And I never got that. Never got that. Can't really trip on it, because you can't really, miss what you never had, but you thought about it a lot. Now, my grandmother, God rest her soul, and I always had this, I always say, like, my grandma was probably like my, gold standard for women. Um, she was a very loving person, but, they still, from a different era. She loved you, gave you a hug, and very, very attentive. But I don't know if she used the word affectionate. When I ain't get a lot of "I love you, boy" hugs and all that, but very, very attentive, very, very attentive. And like I said, it was just that era that they were from, and that's how they show they love. They worry about you, care about you, whatever. My grandma. I had a very, very awesome childhood. Grew up on Bankhead Highway. Awesome childhood. Had a lot of freedom, and my grandma was just pretty much, hey, just don't, wherever you go, let me know where you're at. If she beat me, I called or whatever, and it was cool. And I had all free range. Definitely not shit I could ever anything to do with my kids, but I had free range out of this world because she always just said, just don't have me worried about you. So if I stop somewhere, I call her, do this, that, and that. Even if I called her live where I was, I still called and checked in just so she had peace of mind. But they definitely weren't. My mom, like I said, she was trying to figure it out. She was young. Um, I can definitely see the difference between the way my sister, who is a bit what 8 years young. I think my sister is 8 years. Is the 8 years between the both of us? What's up, PJ? Son, PJ, tuning in. Sending his little cadet uniform picture today. But like I said, me and my sister, I can see the difference. How the maturity wise in regard maturity difference between my mother, well, between me and my sister in regards to my mother. How she did certain things. She was just a little bit older. Um, but definitely, I didn't get that from the grandparents. Got love, but I didn't get affection. And what always stick in my mind just flipped me the hell out when I left to get ready to go in the army. And the recruiter came to my house, and my grandfather gave me this crazy ass bear hug. And like when he hugged me, my arms were here. And because I'm like, what the, I didn't think to just, you gave my mom a hug and kiss, gave my grandma a hug and kiss, and my granddaddy like, poof, squeezed me. And my arms were like this, like, what the hell going on? And that was the first time I really felt like he loved me. I knew he loved me, But that was one of them damn, I'm scared as hell, whatever. I never got that shit my whole life. Um, never, never got that and everything. And it just kind of threw me for a damn loop. But I always remember that. And I always look at certain things in regards to that. That sticks to me in regards from a generational standpoint. We started looking at that again tonight's show. We're talking about should parents show their kids more affection, and when you start looking at that generational thing, most older generation, kind of like my grandfather, let's say people born prior to 1960, that was just them. They just man work. Man come drop the money off. Woman stay home, take care of the kids. Man got his money. He go do what the hell he go do. If you want to go hang in the street, gamble, whatever, do certain stuff. But it just wasn't that. It was like I don't say a damn business, but that's how they got down and that's how they function. So it wasn't always an issue of, I'm bringing, 50-50, whatever. Shit, I think shit probably 90-10. My grandmother and grandfather, their relationship was like that, but it wasn't no domestic violence or anything like that. But at the end of the day, it was just, he worked. My grandma worked too, but it was just like he was the man. What he said, that was it. They bumped heads, but that was just it. As opposed to, and that was that era. Like I said, anybody probably born before 1960, and it was just black and white. I'm the man, you shut the hell up, do what I say, and this is what we're gonna do, right? You go past that, you start looking at more and more women going to college and doing this, and they were getting with education, you get the chance for more opportunities, and when you get a chance for more opportunities, you get a chance for what? Making more money. And I believe that with the opportunities to make more money came the opportunity to be more independent from a female perspective, do things you've never done before, be able to say things you've never done before. And I think that shifted a lot of the dynamics in the family. You can say good or bad, however this and that, but I just feel like that happened with that. So like I said, those older generations, it was roles were very rigid. This, that, and that, kid, shut the hell up, da. Whereas you start looking at going through the time warp today, parents, they all over the damn place. It's like the men want a soldier. They want a soldier. They want, a cat or, the super athlete or just this tough ass man. And the women want a damn a rapper or a model, rapper son or a model daughter. Shit, just it got to be something pristine, with doing that. Is that how everyone thinks? No, but it just when we talk, I'm speaking in regards for the black community. If a lot of parents want to get their kids get an education and work, be professionals and everything like that, but it's too stratified in regard to how many people want those extreme dynamics. They want the hip hop kid doing this, that, and that. He looks like a little young, cute. I feel like a lot of times you have women tend to let the kids be what they feel is cute or whatever, instead of just be a certain way or whatever. And the men want the kid to be so hard and be this rough ass man, this, that, and that, the hard football player, basketball player, or whatever, boxer, but not a big push for intellect, not a big push for intellect. And I think a lot of that has to do with parental exposure. And I can use myself for example. With my oldest son, he got a full scholarship, graduated from Vanderbilt University. I was young, and I thought athletics was a way for him to be able to do it. My second son got a full military scholarship to a service academy. That required him, some athletics, but mostly just intellect. I think my third and fourth son, they get anything dealing with athletics, maybe not, but they're very, very bright kids. I think they have a lot of opportunities just using this right here. A lot of that comes from the exposure that I had as a parent and as a person to be able to sit here and say, No, we ain't got to do that. We don't have to do that. And unfortunately, I don't think a lot of parents are exposed or open to learning other views, stuck on, well, this is how I raised, this is how it should be, not understanding that the way that you were raised were under the conditions that was. Some of those ways and values and stuff could be applicable today. Some can be totally off. Because one huge difference is uh, the different dynamics of females. I mean, we just being, let's keep it real. What's all in the schools today? You got young men going to school, but these little girls. And the young ladies are going to school, they're getting educated, they're getting skills, they're getting trades, and they're making the money. And we talk about this on the show all the damn time. It's going to be a hard thing to sit here and you trying to tell this young lady, tell this woman what the hell to do. And she's making 3-4 times as much money as you make. And we can sit here and go have arguments about gender roles and what the man should do this and that and everything. And you got to be realistic that. And I tell it, I got 4 boys, and I tell this to any young man. I tell this to any damn man. You trying to ball and control a woman that has the capacity to do 4 or 5 times as much as you. It ain't really gonna swing like that. It ain't really gonna swing like that. And we sit here and have these dynamics in regards to, uh, it ain't all about the money and all that kind of stuff. No, it ain't all about the money, but it is all about the money. And that causes certain things. That causes certain issues and stuff. And my rule of thumb with any young man, and except I tell this to my children, the number one thing is make sure you can take care of yourself. As long as your significant other knows that if y'all break up, you do not have to move in, um, uh, back in with your parents or go in a damn shelter. I think y'all will work out a lot of things. I think when the dynamic is that she's carrying you or she feel like she's carrying you, that's when you're gonna have problems. But even if she makes more money, but she knows that your independence is there, you can just step out and take and do your thing. I think y'all work out a whole lot of stuff. But I think that is difficult because again, these little girls getting at it. They getting at it. They coming out of the womb knowing they want to be neurosurgeons and all that kind of stuff and judges and boys, unfortunately, and it's just normal. They take a long damn time to try to figure it out. And uh, when you see even men, my age, used to be in their 30s and 40s and 50s, they're at a point where they're just this situation, that situation, and maybe semi-stable. But you got these dang women up here, they all over, they doing this, that, and that. And until I think certain things like that are probably kind of just in reconcile, you're gonna have certain issues. So I think that we start looking at it from a perspective. I won't get too far off topic in regards to roles, generational roles, and affecting how kids, have any kind of affection. I think that plays a lot into it in regards to, how men want to see their, how they want to appeal to their kids. They don't want to seem weak. They don't want to seem, like, they gay or whatever. Again, I'm not saying anything wrong being gay, but I am saying that, we look at certain stigmas. They can attribute that to being weak or whatever, and everything, just something negative. Same thing with mothers, can look at, I want my daughter to be this way. I want her to be hard, be prepared for the world. And the mother can be like, I want my son to be, tough and rough and everything. And what I want people to sit here and think about it for a second, step out of it. Are there any effects that come from that with not being affectionate with your child, not being attentive with your child? Are there any kind of long-term repercussions that come out of doing that? And one of the things that I stuck with, I was just thinking about, again, this is Change a Lot, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight we're talking about should parents be more affectionate to their kids. What I was thinking about, what are the effects? With showing or not showing affection. So I kind of want to leave, and again, these are my personal opinions. If anybody want to tune in to chime in, let's see if anybody's seen anything in. I don't see anything coming in here in the live feed. So I kind of get this adjusted. So if you are seeing anything here and I'm missing it, I apologize. Don't see anything right now. that I pull from, and that's what any one of them. If I can try to see from the different platforms that we on. But the question you ask yourself is, are they in that kind of affection with showing no affection? And one of the things I think about when just not showing affection, first maybe none, maybe none. There are a lot of people that are productive, good people out here that never got a hug and kiss from their mom or daddy, that never got any kind of extra attention, never had anyone, do anything, go above and beyond with them. Never got a I love you, never got a hug and stuff like that. That are great parents, great people, and they didn't have, excuse me, any kind of psychological things that kind of held them back. They may have things to think about, things that bother them, whatever. I can use myself when I think I'm an overly loving father because I never got that. I hug my kids all the time, tell them I love them. I try to talk to each one of my kids, especially the two that are grown, at least once a day, at least once a day. I know I don't go no more than 2 days without talking to any one of my kids, the ones that are out of my house. Talk to my boys all the time. And I think a lot of that had to do with what I didn't have, uh, just being with growing up. Um, but I can't sit here and say, you know, you not telling your kid you're gonna love them, gonna do anything. The main thing is I just think they just don't get the experience of getting this, touchy, lovey, feely parent. They just don't get the experience of that. And sometimes people can just, I will go back to you. Do you miss what you never had? So that's kind of like a give or take. Some people when they don't have it, they feel or whatever. Um, no big deal. Some people like they feel like they just really missed out on life. Kind of like when we talk when I go and talk to the youth all the time. We run the kids, youth kids, boys in particular, mess up. And one of the biggest things they throw up, they said, "Well, I didn't have my dad around and do this." And I would tell kids like, "How you know your dad would have taught you that? How you know? How do you know? We are, I always press that, you got a 50-50 chance of having a good mom. You got a 50-50 chance of having a good dad. And just because you felt if my daddy was around, he would have taught me this, you don't know that. You don't know that. I love my father. Love my father. Cool, cool, cool dude. Best damn thing possible with my dad and shit he was going through when I was growing up, him not to be the hell around me because I could have got some badass habits that would definitely would have stunted my development. So uh, I can't sit here and say that. Did I miss not having my daddy growing up? Absolutely. Uh, but did it do any kind of effects with me? I say it probably made me probably a more, like I said, overly protective, overly involved father. But shit, be honest with you, like if I'd have had that around and stuff my daddy was getting into with the drugs and jail, prison and all that kind of stuff, I don't know what the hell positive I'd have got out of that. Not what so damn ever. So I can't really get too deep into, what people say, if I'd have had it, you don't know what you would have got. You don't know what you got. Cliff Huxtable was a TV show. We see the shit he going through right now, the shit he was doing outside of the Cosby. So you really don't know what the hell you would have got. I just think the only thing you would, by you not getting affection, it kind of makes you it can possibly make you harder. It can possibly make you less empathetic to certain things in regards to being a certain person that can be open with maybe significant others, dating, even with your children, even relations with people. You can kind of see things probably one-sided because you didn't get it. I think when you get different emotions, different experiences, your mind learns how to adjust to different things and also make you aware of what's different, what ain't the same what you got. I don't think a lot of people open minded understand there are differences. They really even care to respect differences of the ways that they were raised or the way they think, right? And I think when we start looking at, probably some of the pros in regards to having an affectionate parent, you might grow to be a loving and caring person. You might be a loving and caring can be lazy because your parents love you so much you have to do a damn thing. They did everything for you. Uh, it's a toss up. They may share them feelings with their children. They may not because they may take certain things for granted. You really don't know. Uh, a lot of times they can be naive to other people because they've been raised in such a loving, touching, warm, and feeling family that they take people for granted, and they be naive, and they can get took because they've never really been taught, in a lot of instances, not all, in a lot of instances, that everybody ain't cool, everybody ain't nice, everybody ain't loving and hugging you and got your back like your family. And when you go into this world full of wolves, if your child hasn't been prepped or spoken to about how dangerous and how low down some people are, they can go with expectation that you're gonna be like my dad, you're gonna be like my mama, you're gonna be cool, honest, you're an adult, you're gonna be a cool person, and they get taken advantage of or get run over because they not built or been prepped for dealing with crazy ass people, And a lot of times just can't adjust to hard situations. They can't adjust to those changes where you see a lot of I don't use the word coddle uh, people when things get difficult for them. They turn to kids. They call their parents or call their mom or daddy to get them out of something because they ain't had to go through nothing. And um, very, very, very comfortable times can make you weak. And so you have to have some kind of difficulty or challenges in your life. You kind of revert back to what you did when you were younger. Mama, daddy, auntie, uncle. And when you have safety nets in your life, you really don't. You haven't been prepped for adversity. You haven't been prepped for for failures or scary stuff. And those are the kind of things I think that hurt people that may have got too much love and affection. Um, Again, I never get in conversation try to tell people what to do with their children or to do in general. I just still want to have this conversation in regards to what I think pros and cons of being a certain way, how that can and cannot help you with that. Again, it's Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight's show we're talking about should parents be more affectionate to their children, and I haven't seen a lot of activity. I see people coming in and out of the different feeds, but I haven't got a lot of one-on-one interactions in regards to people reaching out. Let me just take a second and see if I see anything before I get into the last part of the show. With everything with that, let me see. I don't see anything right now. Okay, with that said, okay, got Luana saying it takes a village. I agree. I agree. I agree that it takes a village. Appreciate you tuning in, one. Um, I agree with that. I think the issue come up is we don't have enough villages. We got so many damn people that try to be like so focused and concerned about they kid and they shit. They be forgetting, that you ain't always gonna be around. Your kid might need a shoulder to lean on. The other side of it is too is that uh we talked about it earlier. A lot of parents don't want to saying that to their kid. They don't want to say nothing to them, man, because delivery is not always going to come, or assistance is not going to always come the way you want it to be. No, well, you can talk to them. You don't have to speak to them this way. You can tell them this way. Well, shit, that's the way you've been doing it, and we see that does not work. That's the way that you wanted to be done, and we've tried that story. We done seen that movie before, and it ain't working. And some parents just don't want to have to do that. Like some problem in 100 Black Men South Metro, we do a lot of mentoring with young men. And I always commend the fathers that bring their kids in because it's not that macho or egotistical uh, in regards to just, from a parenting standpoint, they understand that this brother, this person can give my kid another angle of insight that I wasn't thinking of. And at the end of the day, if it's going to benefit my kids, let's do it. But everybody don't think that way. And unfortunately, when you don't be open-minded as a parent to getting certain things done, you can't stagnate your kid. I do think one of the biggest reasons my kids have had some successes is because I use the same principle that made me successful in business. I see the people that's in situations I want to be in, and I go reach out to them. So if you was a parent that just got your kid a full scholarship athletically, academically, you got your kids doing well in school, shit, I'm going to ask you. I'm finna bug you. Tell me two things, yes or no. If you talk to me, cool. Most of the time I found that people that genuinely have successes, they don't mind speaking to you because they genuinely don't want you to have the same phase of setbacks that they have. Usually people are lying about certain things that they done, things they have going on. They're reluctant because it may slip up that they're not telling you the truth. But that's always been a winner for me, man. Talking to the people that are in a situation I want to be in, what you do right, what you do wrong. If you go back in time, what would you change, and all that. And when I ask those kind of questions, I can try to apply on the best of my life as possible, and that's work. I'm not saying you got to do everything that person tell you, but you ain't got some kind of insight on going about certain things. So again, this is Change Lives by yours truly, Deonte Burden. The Night Show. We're talking about should parents be more affectionate. So, well, we kind of get ready to conclude the show. What I want to just say in regards to being more affectionate with your child, uh, I go back to where we started from the beginning. I don't necessarily know if it's a right or wrong answer. I don't. I can't say that because again, I don't necessarily know by your kid not getting affection did it have a negative impact on them or anything. Some people just don't like my baby boy William, smart guy, got a little partners, but he's not really one of them folks like dealing with people. My last was like Christopher ain't you guys say little core friends, little 4 or 5 friends, but he's not, was opposed my other two were like try to be life of the damn party. But my last two, they're more introverts and stuff, and everybody is not uh going to be privy to the bear hugs, the love and support, the big family around and stuff like that. And some folks just don't want it. They like shit. Let me just do my thing, go on. I ain't trying to be friends. I ain't trying to be family, and I can respect that. So I kind of look at it in regards to if your kid is not getting that kind of affection, it really, and if does it have a negative effect, I think it really comes down to what you believe. Because if you look at the data and what I did with research in regards to just saying, okay, what were the negative impacts, what were the positive impacts, everything was opinionated. Now you had studies and surveys and all this stuff was done, all this research information in regards to the impacts of being affectionate to a kid, but it was on both sides. And some were like, hey, it can cause loneliness, it can cause, problems later on with the child adjusting, da 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 da, marriage, dating, whatever. And then some folks say they really didn't see anything. It's all about what you want to believe in and what I think that you want to have with your particular child. And I do believe that if you feel like you should be more, you know, talking to your child, more loving your child, I don't think you're losing anything by attempting to do it. I don't think you're losing anything by trying to do it. So if you do feel that way, try it. If you feel compromised or a certain way about doing it, I get it. But never let opportunities to be a certain way with your child pass by. And I think um, being open minded to hearing other viewpoints for other people, keeping in mind when people say something to you or when you want to say something to another person that they may not see or agree with you, and they may say some things that kind of make you feel a certain type of way. But I do think as long as you keep an open minded about things, and I think that's one of the best ways to have adult conversations. Agree to disagree and respect other people's minds and opinions. Far too often we ain't got enough adults that are doing that right now. Other things, just try to instill some of the things with your children. Just hey, listen, that's how I think. That's how I believe. I'm respect you. You respect me, and respect other people's opinions because everyone has that brain. Everyone has those thoughts. Everyone has different opinions that I think at the end of the day should be respected. And I don't think a lot of kids are brought up like that. 'Cause I think people say too often, man, that's stupid. That's crazy. It's not stupid or crazy. It's just how they feel. Now, what I don't think a lot of times people really focus on the difference between an opinion and facts. We can't dispute facts. Appealing opinions or how you feel about a certain things that can be different, the particular from several different people. But that opinion can be refuted. We can't refute a fact. And I think a lot of times people don't understand that their opinions are opinions and not facts because they were raised a certain way. That was how they brought up. They look at it being a fact, but in essence, it's still an opinion. And I think those are the kind of things I think people need to kind of be dropping on their children to learn how to process and understand it. So we start talking about it. Um, Keep in mind, kids subjects are very sensitive to any adult and any parent. So everyone's not going to be as receptive to hearing opinions or even facts about it. Because at the end of the day, if it kind of makes a person feel a certain type of way, and they really want to kind of do what they want to do or feel the way they want to feel, regardless of the impact. You just gotta respect that. You gotta respect that. Everybody gonna see the world uh, the same way, right? And you gotta understand that and respect that. And I think you hope that other people do it with you, not guaranteed whatsoever. You just gotta hope that they will do the same thing with you. So I just want to, I wanted to tell everybody I appreciate everyone that tuned in tonight. Had a great discussion and everything. If you missed anything, go make sure you can go back on the YouTube channel. Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Check out the night show where we talked about should parents be more affectionate to their kids. Again, awesome experience tonight. Great show. I love you guys. Please, 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 please go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it, do everything you can. Also, check out my other YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, as well. Subscribe to it, share all the information about it. I love you guys. I want to please, please, please ask you guys to be safe. And, at midnight, we're going to be singing happy birthday to my baby boy. So please send a early happy birthday shout out to my baby boy, William Burden. Again, love you, baby boy. And thanks to everybody again for all the love and support you done gave us. I want you to be safe out there. We're still in the middle of the pandemic. Safety first. You guys take care. Love you all and be safe. And thanks. Boy, I got one. I'm trying to have my party music go in. Let me see. We can have that going. Take care, everyone.